What's up, folks? It's the Sportsbook Killa coming at you, giving my recap for UFC Fight Night last Saturday, September 23rd. It was a rough one. Man, it was a rough one. We had a lot of unexpected things take place, but let me give you the rundown, show you how I did. For my strong picks, well, only 42%. I had the Dan Argueta fight, Dan Argueta and Miles Johns fight going over a round and a half. That hit. I had the Rafael Fiziev and Matisse Gamrot fight going over a round and a half. Well, a little mishap took place. Fiziev blew out his knee early in the second round. So didn't hit the over 1.5 for that fight and didn't hit the over 2.5 for that fight. So that was two strong picks that went down just off him throwing a kick and blowing out his left knee. Can't predict that, unfortunately. Bryce Mitchell did win, so I had Bryce Mitchell to win. He won. I had Jacob Malkoun to win, and that hurt bad because he was clearly dominating his opponent. He was beating the brakes off of Cody Brundage, and all of a sudden, Mr. Malkoun decides he wants to throw a elbow to the back of the head, and that's a very dangerous shot. You could actually kill somebody doing that, but you can definitely cause major injury. And the ref gave Brundage the opportunity to decide whether he could continue, whether he couldn't, which was a no-brainer, to be honest, because what are you going to do? You can go back out there and keep getting beat up, or you can win the fight, say you can't continue, and just completely win the fight right there. Don't have to take any more damage, because he was getting beat pretty bad. So he said he couldn't continue. I'm not knocking him for it because I don't know what he was feeling with a blow to the back of the head like that. But he said he couldn't continue, so Malkoun, even though he was dominating, ended up losing the fight. They called it a disqualification. So he ended up losing the fight. I can't control that or predict that either, unfortunately. The Waterson-Rodriguez fight, I had the over 1.5 rounds. It made it over 1.5 rounds. I have no idea how it did that because Waterson was getting beat up really bad. Marina Rodriguez was just punishing her in that first round. Waterson Gomez's face was so split open and bleeding. She was bleeding from her nose, her mouth, a deep gash over her eye was cut open. And I was shocked that her corner allowed her to go back out for the following round. She shouldn't have been allowed to go back out for the second round, but she went back out. I have no idea how she lasted most of that round, but she did, and she got stopped later, but we did get the over 1.5 rounds. She didn't make over 2.5 rounds, which I knew that wasn't going to happen, but the ref was watching it closely, and he stepped in. So my strong picks ended up being only 42%. That's the lowest it's ever been in history, but you know, I can't predict stuff like a guy elbowing a guy to the back of the head. I can't predict the guy blowing out his knee, unfortunately, and those hurt pretty bad. What brought me through actually were my semi-strong picks. That's why I always urge people to do two pick, no more than 3 pick parlays, and mix them up. The semi-strong picks, I had the Argueta Miles Johns fight to go over 2.5 rounds. It did. I had the Matisse Gamrot fight. I had Matisse Gamrot to win. He did. I had the Battle and AJ Fletcher fight to go over a round and a half. It did. And I had the Malkoun Brundage fight to go over a round and a half, but due to the blow to the back of the head, disqualification in the first round. And I also had the Mizuki Goldie fight to go over a round and a half, and it did. It actually went to a decision. So my semi-strong picks were 80% correct. My upset picks, nightmarish. Dan Argueta, he didn't win. He lost. I had him pick to win. He lost. I had Andre Fiallo. I want to make a note of this. I won't be betting on that clown again. Andre Fiallo, I don't even know how he's in the UFC. The guy has some punching power, but he always finds a way to lose the fight. Always. If you look at my previous video, I made it very clear I did not feel comfortable with that guy in my parlays at all. I only put him in one parlay because I just can't trust him. And sure enough, he found a way to lose that fight. He was fighting a guy that was 39 years old. Fiallo's 29 years old. And he ends up getting stopped by this guy. I mean, it was just, even when he was winning, he found a way to get hit and dropped. It's just crazy how this guy hasn't learned how to fight yet, and he's been in the UFC for this long, but won't be betting on that clown again. So no Andre Fiallo for me. I had AJ Fletcher to win. He lost to Battle. What's the guy? I think his name Ryan Battle. Yeah, he lost to Battle, and looked like he kind of gave up. AJ Fletcher fought really well in the first round, but he seemed to kind of just call it quits in the second. Had nothing for him. I don't know. Ricardo Ramos, I had him to win. He lost. I had a Ricardo Ramos, Charles Jourdain fight to go over a round and a half. It didn't. Ramos found a way to get submitted in the first round. I have no idea how these jiu-jitsu practitioners just keep getting choked out and tapping. It looked like his head was almost out of the guillotine, but he just tapped halfway out. I don't know what the deal is, but I can't bet on guys like that. I'm sorry. That won't happen again. The one pick that I did get correct for my upset, well, my weak or upset picks was Muhammad Usman to win, and he just barely did that. You know, I didn't feel totally comfortable with Usman being in my parlays, but he pulled it out for me, so I can't say much bad about him. But his game needs a whole lot of work if he plans on dominating the heavyweight division. My NFL picks were I had San Francisco 49ers to win. They won. I had the Patriots-Jets game being over 30.5 points. That didn't happen. They only scored maybe a total points of 25. That's sad for any professional team, but hey, what can you do? I had the Jacksonville Jaguars at home to win. They lost. I had the Baltimore Ravens at home to win. They lost. I had the Seattle Seahawks. They won. The Cowboys lost to the Arizona Cardinals. Pitiful game. Sad. I don't know where to put the Cowboys now. And I had the Kansas City Chiefs to win, and oh man, they just beat up on the Bears. It was just sad. It was sad. So I was 42% in my NFL picks last week. My Bellator 299 picks. I had Gregory Babine to win. He won. I had Kassan Magomed Sharipov to win. He won. I had Aaron Pico to win. He won. And I had Johnny Eblin to win. He won. So my Bellator picks were 100% accurate. It's up and down. That was the worst week I think I've had since I've been sports betting. That was absolutely horrible. That Gamrot Fiziev fight hurt, but it's nothing you can do. I mean, it's mixed martial arts. It happens. Guys sprain an ankle. Guys blow out a knee. I mean, things happen. You know, disqualifications take place. But, you know, we will be back stronger. I'll definitely be analyzing. We won't have any MMA, no UFC this Saturday. But the Canelo Alvarez and Charlo fight is going to be this Saturday. And I'll be I might do a video on that one. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight, actually. But, you know, in sports, these things happen. We would have had a much better, I would have had certainly a much better outcome had the injuries not taken place. But nonetheless, they did. And it is what it is. You know, it happens. Hopefully it won't happen to us like this again, because this was like just a total avalanche of mishaps. You know, one guy who's winning the fight, dominantly winning the fight, but elbows a guy to the back of the head and finds a way to lose. And I had another guy who all I need him to do, I don't even need him to win, I just need him to last, and he blows out his knee. He's thrown that kick probably thousands of times, but on this time, he throws it and blows out his knee. I mean, that's just what happens. So that's my recap video. I will be coming out with a video for UFC fight night taking place on October 7th, and we'll get it all back then. And I may drop a video on the Canelo Alvarez Charlo fight. Well, I don't even have to drop a video, to be honest. Well, yeah, I will. I'll wait, do a little more analyzing it, and then I'll do that. So let's look forward to next week, and I may be dropping picks for NFL next week as well. So good luck. If you're doing any parlays before then, take your time. 2-pick parlays. No more than 3 pick parlays. And I'll be talking to you guys soon. Thanks. Take care.